It's a quarterback, bro.
You getting fucking stumped. You getting fucking stumped, goddamn dummy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Let's go, run!
We're going to take you on a journey through Georgetown football. This is a program that's seen a lot of success off the field and not a lot of success on the field. We're going to find out what makes these guys tick. They work so hard and they don't win any games. What does success look like for these guys and how are they going to reach it? We just want to know, as people standing on the outside, what it means to be on the inside. So we're going to talk to coaches, underclassmen, upperclassmen, star players, and bench warmers. And we're really going to figure out what it means to be a Georgetown football player.
Yeah, so season ended a couple weeks ago, so we're in what we call Muggle Month. Muggle Month is the month between the last game of our football season, which is usually like right before Thanksgiving, and all the way through finals, because then that's the only time where we don't have anything for football.
It's the 1 month where I don't have to go wake up at 5 in the morning and go to meetings for another hour and then go to practice for 2 more hours and then go straight to class with no food until 5 p.m.
Yep.
If you're going to be part of this team, there's a couple terms you need to know. First one, Billy. If you are Billy, you have reached an entirely different level that transcends football. The guys know what I'm talking about. They know. Second, lungs. Lungs. If you have lungs, then you have the comfort of your own woman that you cherish, that you love, and that's lungs. And we all want lungs. So remember that. Billy and lungs. Chef, you want to add anything?
Yeah, we use terms like taco and knife and we got solo and special.
Mm-hmm.
They all mean things out on the field to us in terms of the defense. And
Don't forget the ugly call.
Ugly, yeah, we got ugly too. Ugly means an unbalanced formation. There's all these, we have this entire language of words that mean something else in real life that are code on the field so the other team doesn't know what we're talking about. So there's definitely a whole language that we have going on in addition to just the slang that we use socially. As a short white man in the locker room, I feel very self-conscious all the time and I hate it. I hate the locker room. I don't like it. I try to get in and out of there as quickly as I possibly can. And we have a shitty locker room. It's a piece of shit.
We're good. So now we have an idea that these guys have their own language. They have words only they understand. There's a whole locker room banter that is unique to this football team, and they go from defending the district on the field to defending the disco off the field. Now let's take a look at exactly what success looks like for those people and exactly where their enjoyment comes from and how they're going to reach that success moving forward. So once we figure that out, we'll have a great idea of exactly what makes these guys tick and the real fruit behind this culture.
Mo Banks is my 4th year back at Georgetown. I coach the DBs and special teams.
My name, Leon Agee, year sophomore, position defensive back.
Matt Hooper, senior O-line.
I get here about 5:45, get ready for morning meetings. We meet at 6:30. Special teams, side of ball, then meet with the players by different units. We got practice. Practice about 2 hours. We get off the field about 10:30. We'll eat lunch, come back, watch the film on practice, go over all of our corrections, kind of as a staff, defensive staff. So we're all on the same page of who needs to do what and where. Then I'll watch the special teams film, kind of go over special teams film with special teams coaches that run those units, get that squared away. Then we'll break down, game film of the upcoming opponent. So we'll start to watch first and second down on one day, and then we'll do red zone, third down on another day. Come up with a game plan of how we're going to defend it, what we're going to do, what we have in already. If we like it, if we need to put in something new, we'll discuss that kind of thing. And then we'll start putting practice together, what periods we're going to do, what drills we're going to run, how we're going to install what it is that we're going to be doing for that week and for the next practice. We'll start putting the cards, what plays we want the scout offense to run against whatever defenses. We got to draw those up and get those set. Then we'll meet kind of towards the end of the day, make sure we've got everything summed up, do recruiting quick, and then we can get out of here.
My day begins early in the morning at 6 a.m. We have meetings, team meetings. Then we break into position meetings where most of my time is spent, where with this close group of very intelligent and unique individuals. 8 a.m. I go to practice, 2-hour practice. I leave at 10 a.m. to go to class. I come back at 11 a.m. to have a lift, 1 hour lift. 12 p.m. I usually get something to eat, and then 2 p.m. I have another class to 3:15, then another class at 3:30 to 4:45, and I finish off my day of classes, another class, 5 to 6:15. By this time I'm pretty drained, so I try to get another meal just to replenish my body. Then I go into studying and pretty much looking over plays or anything for football, try to manage that lifestyle of being a better football athlete and being a better student. I try to get in bed before 11 p.m. and pretty much do the same thing over again, starting back at 6 a.m.
So for me as a coach, success is a combination of things. Success as a program is a balance between, I think is a balance between winning football games and building men.
I'd say like a successful career for Georgetown football has to do with probably getting a job afterwards and taking advantage of the alumni connections they have.
My favorite tradition here is, I would say, during reunion weekend, we have all of the Georgetown football players come back.
I like the tradition of sisu. It's courage in the face of adversity, because it applies to more than just football. It applies to life and pretty much the life of a Georgetown football athlete. As I said, wins are hard to come by, and we haven't had that many, but sisu is just pushing through and always putting your best foot forward, no matter how the previous results you have gotten. So that goes within making me a better person in life and on and off the field.
My favorite tradition as a Georgetown football player would probably be the one that we tried to start while we were here, which was the Lou Little Trophy, but we broke it one year when we got it, and then the next year we lost, and so didn't get to celebrate too much, but it was fun being a part of trying to start a tradition.
What brings me the most joy from Georgetown football? I would say what brings me the most joy in football in general, in terms of coaching, is being able to see the growth and the change that you have put into someone.
The people, being around the people. I met a lot of great people, a lot of people who just taught me a lot of things that I didn't know before coming here. They pretty much shaped me into the person I am today.
Most enjoyment from Georgetown football is definitely just the friendships you make with the guys, because you are going through something that's not fun, but that does bring you closer.
Why don't we win a lot of games? I think it's a culmination of things. Winning football games isn't easy. Football is the only sport where you have tons of different people doing a lot of different jobs. It's not like one person's going to play defense and offense or special teams at the same time. That's a rare occasion in college football.
The discipline. We're just not disciplined.
I think it's a process. The coaches are very much like players. So when you think of a player that might not have had a great season, or may have made some mistakes, or has some deficiencies, it's that player's job to work on those deficiencies and work on those things so that he becomes a better player. And it's the same thing with coaches.
A lot of people I feel like the term walk the walk rather than talking. A lot of people just talk about doing the little things right, talk about being disciplined, but I feel like we need to just actually start doing it.
I think one direction they've already started to go that's going to help is coaching changes and sort of just establishing a culture change. That we tried to be a part of that happening, but it failed. So now they kind of have to restart with it, which is unfortunate, but they're doing so.
Now that we've spoken to a lot of different players in the Georgetown football organization, from upperclassmen to underclassmen to coaches, we have an idea of what success looks like for these people and what they've done so far to achieve that success, even if they haven't met it at all. We have people that have 7-hour days, 12-hour days, and they bleed football, and they bleed blue and gray. So what do they need to do moving forward? For the upperclassmen, this is the end of the road. For the underclassmen, they're filled with joy and excitement moving forward. And for the coaches, every day they're going to figure out how they're going to get that next victory. We're coming up on the 5th year of head coach Robert Scarlatta's tenure, and it's time for him to start figuring out where these things are. So much joy and so much tradition sits within this Georgetown football program. And a different way of speaking, a different way of being, and a different way of living lives within these players. So it'll be interesting to see how they can get these wins moving forward, and if their coaches can end up like this guy.